All right, welcome back and welcome to episode 175 of Those Millennials podcast. And I'm your humble, grateful, extremely thankful host, Kay the Classic. I'm here with my nearest and dearest, my boys and friends in real life. The Fantastic Four are here. Jesse, how you doing? How's your pockets? How's your mental health?
I'm good, man.
Welcome back.
Off. I'm back. I would like to say that I'm back, but I'm not back because I'm gonna be going next week. So
this is a quick intermission.
this is a detour. So y'all know now I ain't gonna be here next week. So boss man, I ain't gonna be here next week.
The elusive Jesse, every now and then Jesse. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, dog.
But I do expect the call still. So hey.
Wow.
I'm good, man. The play's doing well. You know, if anybody that follow me on Instagram, see the reviews. And this is the second time we're doing the play in the same year, but it still get great reviews. You know, amazing acting performances from everybody on the cast, and I just hope everybody that fuck with me get a chance to go out and see it. It's a nice show, man. I would appreciate it.
All right, Rell's here. Rell's out here rocking cowboy blue, star blue. Rell, how you doing? How's your mental health? How's your mental health? Fuck your pockets right now. How is your mental? Actually, we can get on your pockets too. But how's your mental health?
Go ahead.
Hey, Rell, I'm gonna just say this to you. As a Cowboys fan, like, yes, you'd be upset that y'all lost. And probably
for those who aren't watching on YouTube, he's wearing a cowboy fleece. Continue, Jesse.
Honestly, you should be more upset how bad y'all lost, but y'all shouldn't be mad y'all lost to the 49ers.
No, it's not. It's not the fact. It's not the fact. It's not the fact that we could have lost by a field goal, and I would have been happy with it because it's just like this team has put cleats in our ass for 3 years in a row. All offseason, we kept talking about this new offense because Kellen Moore was gone. Mike McCarthy fucking lied and said that he had this new Texas Coast offense. And then on Sunday, we rolled out the same fucking offense from last year. It was literally the same routes.
I specifically remember Jarrell in week 1 on this podcast being like, the offense is going to be fine. Mike McCarthy's calling the plays. I remember that.
He is a good play caller, though. That's the weird part about it, where it just looks like he's lost.
Hold on, let me introduce Clips, guys.
Is it the talent?
And the final of the Fantastic Four. Clips, welcome back. How's your mental health? How's your pockets, bro?
You know, I'm good. Thanks for asking. You know, I'm not gonna hit you with the I'm Gucci Mane.
Yeah, but, I appreciate that too.
You know, I'm doing well. I can't complain. Allergy season been hitting me, kicking my ass. And then I'm getting a 5% raise, so I think I'm doing well for myself right now, y'all.
Yeah, any kind of raise in this economy.
My fucking job sucks, bro.
We'll take what they can give us.
5% is pretty good, though. That's
what I'm saying. These niggas barely give me a chance to clock in.
That's a dollar amount. That's a dollar amount. Not no like. Yo.
I don't want to touch this, but I would be remiss not to. This is not a political podcast, so. War talk. We will not talk about political stuff.
Why are you so scared, Cam?
I am. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Oh yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that because
that's what
we said. We don't talk.
No, that's that.
Next question.
I did my best things.
I ain't qualified to talk about that.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yes.
Thoughts and prayers. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube. Huh?
Flip said he had a question.
Oh, Clips, you got a question?
No, I said next question.
Next question.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
I was advised. Nope. I was advised not to touch that at all. Like I was gonna come here and say a specific thing, and I was advised not to touch it. So I was like, nope. All right, thoughts and prayers.
Just move on.
You would have heard crickets. You would have heard crickets.
And without all information, I'm not saying nothing.
Honestly, with all the information, I still ain't gonna say nothing. This ain't an easy talking point.
It's not. That's. I mean, we're
is really one of those difficult.
We're kind of sort of talking about, but it's like I'm gonna just leave it at what Jesse said. Yeah. It is not an easy topic.
We're still talking about it.
There you go.
Let's move on.
Sorry.
Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, please leave a comment, sub up. Helps the pod go a long way. All right, we're not even going for it. This is probably going to be.
You're not going to talk about Sexy Red saying that black people fuck with Trump?
You know, that was on my not list like last week. It was like number 7, and I just thought I'd pass that because again, this is not a political podcast.
We're not revisiting that, guys.
And truth be told, nobody give a fuck what Sexy Red think. All right,
this is one of the biggest Sexy Red fans.
Her own.
Bend that ass. This is Mr. Bend that ass over. Make that coochie breathe himself.
Who that?
You.
That's you.
I said I like the song, but then she talked about she had all this good coochie. Then I saw the tape and he wouldn't.
Oh my God.
Hey, I didn't think I wanted to see the tape, but then I watched it.
She released her own.
Yeah, I said fuck it. Not bad.
Terrible.
Wow.
Not bad. Sorry, I just gave the real smoker call right now. I apologize.
I know good box when I see it. Now that box.
We have a lot to talk about. This is going to be a music base. We're going to talk a little WNBA playoffs, but this is going to be a lot of music talked about on this podcast for all your dogs. What Rell and I didn't get to listen to on our last episode because Drake pushed it to 9 to 6 a.m. And we just made assumptions about stuff like Virginia Beach, but we'll get to all that. Rell, you're wearing the Cowboys fleece. It's time for Rell's pick. What was your record last week? Sponsored by Toys R Us.
I actually went over my picks for the whole season. So right now, just to give you context of how like you should bet. Like so, right now I'm 9-7 on the year. Last week I went 2-1. My last 2 weeks I've gone 5-1. So I'm hitting right now at 9-7. That's 56% of my bets.
I think this is a good week to bet. By the way, keep going though.
In order to profit, they say, the break even, they say you got to win 52 to 53% of your bets. Right now I'm hitting at 56%, and I'm 5-1 in my last 2 weeks. So I'm giving you free money.
You are.
All right.
No, did nobody say you're not good? That's why we got this whole segment to you.
So I'm hitting at 56% of my bets. And now you got to hit between 55 to 60% to be profitable in betting. Look it up. I've done the research. And then so anyways, let me go with this week. Like I said, after last week, going 2-1, 3-0 the previous week. This week I got a 5-teamer. You throw $20 at it, it'll get you 520. I'm going with the Ravens -4. London game. Lamar's wide receivers have literally tried to shave points on this team. I don't even know if Odell Beckham likes football anymore, so don't even count on him. But I'm gonna go with the Ravens -4. Bengals -3, Bucks +3.5 at home Sunday Night Football. Then I got 2 college plays. I got Washington versus Oregon. That's the game of the weekend. Mm-hmm. Or I got Washington -3. They're the home team. And then I got USC money line on the road at Notre Dame this weekend. I may or may not be in Chicago this weekend.
That's a bad weather game. That's a bad weather game.
But Sam Hartman is terrible. He just lost to Louisville last week. He threw 3 picks.
You go over your picks one last time, please.
Hold on. The funny part is Sam Hartman isn't actually terrible. They just not using him correctly. He sucks. They're trying to be conservative with him.
No, he sucks, Jesse.
And it's just let him throw the ball.
He barely scored 14 points against a mid. Like he barely scored 14 points against a mid Ohio State defense who got like 20-something points scored by Maryland. He's terrible. But let me go my picks one more time. Ravens -4, Bengals -3, Bucks +3.5, Washington -3, and USC money line, $20 at it will win you $520. I'm hitting it right now and putting it in as we speak. And so just to let you know, I'll play all my plays. Like I said, 3-0 last week, 3-0 the previous week, 2-0 last week.
I'm about to say it was 2-0, yeah.
2-1, so 5-1 in my last 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm hitting at 56% of my bets. Some people make you pay for these bets. They make you pay for them.
Rell says he's giving it to y'all for free to make money.
It's 56%.
Free money. Free money. Get in there now. The game about to go wild. We about to have a gambling sponsorship real soon.
Man, what? FanDuel. No, I'm not saying that.
I don't know if we're gonna get that high yet. They're gonna be these
the way everybody's tapping into it now.
Let's just email Underdog. Let's email them.
Yeah. Or just
got Cam and Mace. I think we should try to be where the real ones are. You know what I'm saying?
Rell,
no filter. Whatever you want.
Sponsor us. Tell your bookies,
tell your bookies, man. Shit, we should just call up MGM. They lost so much money they'd be begging for us for a sponsor. Anyway.
Hey.
All right, not list time. So for those who are new here, first of all, welcome. Not list is compiled of stuff of pop culture, music, basketball, whatever that compiled through the week, and we're gonna talk about it and try to do it in a briefly timely manner, but we'll see how some of these topics go. So I already tipped my hand. So number one on the not list, Jada went on NBC and just did some shit. She did an interview with NBC. I think she's promoting a book right now. I don't know the name of the book, and honestly, I wouldn't.
Worthy?
I wouldn't pub it.
Worthy.
I wouldn't. Okay, well, Jesse pubbed it. I wouldn't give it pub anyway. I wouldn't put no. I wouldn't. If I had a flashlight, I wouldn't dim no light on that book, Jesse. Anyway,
Project Mr. Kev always knows how to make an entrance. Creeps right in.
But the meat of this, there was a clip going around where basically in the book it states that Jada and Will have been separated since, you guessed it, 2016. That's when LeBron and Kyrie won their Cleveland championship, ladies and gentlemen. That's how long Will and Jada have been separated. So yes, the slap. They were separated.
Year 2016 was a good year.
2016 was a great year.
All summer 16.
Kobe retired that year. Oh yeah, no, look at that, Dre. Look at the that was a good one. See, look at that. That's bars.
I gotta bring up Kobe.
Kobe retired that year. Warriors went 74-9, right? No, is that right?
73-9.
73-9. 73-9. LeBron and Kyrie won their Cleveland title. Cleveland, this is for you.
Back from down 3-1.
That's how long ago that Will and Jada. This thing is always funny. I always say this because
when a lot of that good shit happening, Will and Jada were in two different houses.
This is funny to me because I promised you, I think I've said this on the pod before. I still remember I don't know if it was middle school or high school, but like literally the ideal Black relationship, married couple that everybody looked up to was Will and Jada. And it's just boggled my mind. It was not the Huxtables. I mean, you see how that goes.
Wait, what went wrong with the Huxtables?
I'm talking about the TV relationship.
Oh, you talking
about
what
went wrong with the Huxtables?
TV relationship. I got you. But the ideal, nobody was looking at least where I'm from. They're like, everybody just was like, I want to find my Will and Jada. Like that was the marquee quote unquote Black relationship, and it just this relationship and marriage just continues to have layers. Y'all look like y'all don't want to touch this. So
let me correct you. Celebrity relationship.
Celebrity. That's what I meant. Celebrity relationship.
That's be real specific.
Celebrity relationship. Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of people that would bring up other relationships and be like,
yeah. That was the one that constantly got brought up. So if y'all don't want to say anything on this,
go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm jumping in. My bad. Go ahead.
No. I'm saying I'm done. I was just gonna say.
You know what? I would just say, I just don't know why she's just messy. You know, I mean, I don't know. I can't even say she's messy because I don't even know, like, if he really cares, you know? Like, I mean, I don't know. I just know two things. We ain't going back to the red table. We not subscribing to no red table no more. Everything that they tell us has been forced upon us. I'm just tired of it. It's kind of like, I mean, I can't even say it's embarrassing for him because who knows what the fuck he did and who knows what the fuck he's allowing. But I'm just saying, Will Smith, you jumping on stage, smack Chris Rock, and now it adds a layer when she comes out and says about him asking her out. It's just messy. It's becoming reality TV for a family that was like kind of royalty, and it's like it's fucking insane.
That's the word I was looking for. It was in the Black community, they were royalty.
It hurts. It low-key hurts to watch them fall from fucking grace. Just as an example of just beautiful Black love. Like, I don't give a fuck, love who you want to love, but it hurts to see him melt down like this. I don't really give a fuck either way. It don't stop my life, but I'm like, damn, like, y'all, this how y'all going out, you know? So I don't know. I just wish she stopped doing interviews because nobody give a fuck about her. She ain't doing no more movies, and I just wish she'd go away.
Ain't no more set it offs. There's supposed to be another girls trip though. No. Everybody quiet. Nobody fucking girls. We gonna act like
girls.
We're gonna act like girls trip wasn't funny. That's what we're gonna do.
No, wait, no, I wasn't paying attention. I apologize.
Okay.
Girls trip was amazing.
Okay. I was about to say we're gonna act.
Yeah,
we're not gonna do that.
I don't know if we need another one. It kind of feels like y'all didn't bite the apple when you need it, because now both Tiffany Haddish and
that's what I was just about to say.
Right? Yeah. Tiffany Haddish got a little black cloud over her right now, so that's true.
Which it is.
Self-inflicted black cloud.
She's not even funny though. She's not even funny.
She was funny. She's funny in that.
It was hilarious.
It's all J. Cole's fault. 2014, to be exact, that year is the year he said that. 2016 is the year all this went down. J. Cole predicted it, but he fucked it up. Anyways, on to the next knot.
Hold on. Let me just say this. When did that movie come out with Will and Margot Robbie?
Oh,
20.
Is it? What's it called?
16,
Hustler.
2017?
What's the name of that movie? Hustler.
Focus.
2016, 2017.
The way Jesse says that movie, I know because I know me and Rell like that movie, and Jesse doesn't like that movie. But keep going.
I like Focus.
I like Focus too.
Jesse don't like the girl. That's why.
Oh, you don't like Margot Robbie?
I don't got no
Yeah,
problem.
he don't like her.
Well, I got no problem with Margot Robbie.
Sure.
I didn't know Margot Robbie was. I didn't know Margot Robbie was younger than us.
Wow, Jesse, grow up.
I didn't know Margot Robbie was younger than us. Yeah. Drake, grow up. Anyway.
Yeah.
Number one, I just want to let y'all know Margot Robbie's not necessarily younger than us, but whatever.
She is. She's like 33, 34.
So she's around.
She looked 40. She looked 40 in the neck though.
That's crazy. She don't.
She is a part of the demographic that does not age well.
All right, number 2 on the not list. Speaking of women, we had to get this off real quick. So the WNBA Finals is going on right now. The Las Vegas Aces are 2-0 in the WNBA Finals. Won game 1 and game 2. Game 2 pretty handily, if you ask me. Now the game switches to New York, to Barclays for game 3. We're not pulling out the bouquets yet, and when there's no confetti yet, but it's feeling real. It's feeling real oppy outside. You know what I'm saying? This whole pod's gonna be a big Drake reference.
Are we the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
This whole pod is gonna just be a one big Drake reference. But yeah, I just wanted to shout out the ladies for a hell of a game. The Big Four balled out, played well. Even Kia Stokes chipped in game 2, balled out, knocked down.
Yeah, and that was my biggest concern.
Kissing my fucking ass.
What do you mean kiss your ass? She knocked down 2 threes. I didn't dream that it happened.
It was her birthday actually on the past.
Yeah, for sure. Chelsea Gray.
But she just been a liability on defense, bro.
She's been a liability. She's been with the A's, and she's been one big fucking liability. I've been telling Kevin that for the longest.
She understands her role. I mean, I don't know what you mean by liability. She understands her role. She's literally the 5th Beatle.
Her and Asia Clark are to me the biggest disappointments on the team. But I mean, Liberty sucks.
I mean, okay, well. Rell was just for context for those who don't know those who don't know, Rell bet on the Liberty to win the WNBA Finals.
He sure did.
So he's a little salty.
Sure did. Remember the Liberty beat him last time?
Yeah, he's a little salty.
He jumped off that.
He's in Commissioner Cup mode.
Yeah,
Commissioner Cup rep.
That's why he over here upset.
So,
you know what, Rell?
I'm glad y'all happy when your friend lose money.
No, that's not true. I'm not pocket patting. I can never pocket pat. That's not my.
Yeah, y'all should be happy for me. Y'all should be happy for me to win this bet. Fuck this city.
We are happy for you to win, but you are your choices.
Yeah, you are your choices.
And I think told you to bet personally.
Nobody told you to bet on this finals. You should have been chilling.
Move on.
But I mean, I can go into details, but I just want to go. I'm gonna just move on, like Rell said. But I'm not just saying congratulations, but great start. Just one more win, and my only question is this: I don't know where they're gonna do the parade, because the strip right now is a fucking mess because of F1. So I think they might have to do it downtown if there is a parade, a finals parade.
They could do it downtown. It's enough
might have to take
downtown.
that day off.
What? Hey, man, pull up. I don't got no more sick time, but pull up anyway, because I'll figure it out.
Bro, I've been calling off without sick time for the longest, bro. It don't matter.
FBI agent who belongs to Rell, you did not hear that.
Now that they talk about expanding and adding another team, should they expand the playoffs?
Yes,
I think so. Yes, and I think
they're gonna have to.
The problem is they just did collective bargaining last year, so I think I'm not super privy. I'm still learning the WNBA CBA because it's while it's similar to the NBA, there's still different intricacies,
and it's fucking secretive.
Yes, and that part too. It's hard to find the shit that's in the CBA. But I think the next time they do collecting and bargaining is the next 2 years. I remember KP talking about that on a podcast. So
yeah, and
that happens.
The hard part about it,
I would much rather them. Oh, go ahead, Clips. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna touch up on just the point that you made about KP talking about on podcast, right?
Yeah,
I still do feel like the hard part, especially as we talk about CBA and just the Players Association and everything, is just the fact that this game for them has progressively gotten extremely notarized and is only going to continue to get better. And they're just not being compensated how they should be.
That was going to be one of my next things I was going to say.
Yeah, I know that the need and want for expansion is heavy, but god damn, we got to get these women paid, bro. Like
properly. Yep.
Not just that, Asia got to get her own sneaker. They got to get them better paid, get them on luckily Mark Davis.
I want to get him. Yeah,
Mark Davis got him on the PJ.
Bro. Yeah,
Mark Davis got him on the PJ because
that's exactly what I was going to say. That some of these women need to get off commercial. They're professional athletes. They need to not be on commercial flights. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah,
literally this season we had the issue with Brittany Griner being taped by an Instagram influencer. That happened this season. People forget that happened a while ago, but that happened.
Here's the thing, though.
That happened.
Like people like Mark Davis, Matt Ishbia. Yeah. The new Golden State
Golden State owner. Yeah, they're gonna put
they got bread. So let's not limit it to the basketball team. Invest in the women as well. Get Asia Holmes a sneaker. Let's keep this league going. We just ahead of this shit because the ball is good.
I think the biggest thing is the outside sponsorship needs to honestly step up that much more, because the outside sponsorship is the one that's gonna really promote the individual player. You know, Michael Jordan became Michael Jordan because of all the commercials, the McDonald's commercials, the Nike commercials. They enhanced his legend with just the way he was promoted, and the NBA jumped on that. Obviously, they, with Magic and Bird, they used them as the face, and then as a transition to Michael. But even LeBron coming in, it was really how much Nike invested in him that the rest of the world took on investing in LeBron. So that, you're dropping the ball when you're not giving signature shoes to certain players that are coming in with a
face name. Like literally she's the face of the W.
Coming in with a name, like they need to do better in that sense and step up.
Check this out.
Their sponsorship.
James Harden has a signature shoe nobody's buying. They can give Miss Wilson a shoe.
100%.
Yeah,
stuff that up.
More, and way more. That's the thing about it. She's money. So the reason why I asked, are they going to expand the playoffs? Not necessarily more teams, but I know this championship series hasn't really been close. But going to 7 games.
Yeah, more money. I think the hunger would be there. So to end this topic, so we can move on. I took a screenshot of this too. So literally game 1 of the WNBA Finals was the most viewed WNBA Finals ever on ESPN networks, and it tapped out at 800,000 viewerships, which again, this doesn't sound like a lot, but for women basketball,
they shouldn't do it on NFL Sunday. It'll get a million. It'll get way more.
That's their biggest issue.
Oh yeah, that's they're always competing against the NFL, so that is the issue.
It'd be like a 2.5 million if it wasn't no NFL on that Sunday.
Every
Taylor Swift, take your ass to a WNBA game.
All the games of WNBA Finals have been sold out so far, and I expect the same thing to happen in New York because they're a super team. The people in New York love the Liberty. I expect the same thing to happen. So the game is growing. Like we've stated many times on this pod.
I know
the league is only 26 years old. I want to remind people the league is only 26 years old. It feels like it's been around longer. Wow. It's only been around for 26 years, so keep that in mind.
Also, they weren't. Correct me if I'm wrong. The game was on ESPN. It wasn't on ABC, was it?
Game 1 was on ABC. Game 2 was on ESPN.
Yeah. I mean, game 2.
Too much flippy floppy.
Yeah. ESPN, which is not a
Yeah, because if it was the men's NBA Finals, every game is on ABC. So yeah.
But it's also one of those things where if you are watching football and you're flipping back through channels, you'll see that game is on during halftime. You clue into that game.
Stop by and chill. Yep, especially if it's
on ESPN. ESPN ain't a channel that's one of the local channels. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing where they need to. If it's the championship, put it on ABC. Put it on the local channels where people can find it easy. The NBA, like you all said, TNT takes the Eastern Conference or it takes the a conference all the way up to the championship conference, and then the finals goes to ESPN and they put it all on ABC.
Yep.
And even if TNT had the finals, they'll figure out how to put it on, network television or not network television, but just the prime channel. So, I think that's their next step too.
Facts.
All right. So number 3 on the not list. We're gonna run through these kind of quickly, more quickly. This one's for the gamers a little bit, for the group party people that used to play this game. So Activision is reactivating and bringing back Guitar Hero. Does anybody here? I know Jesse and Rell and I have an experience with Guitar Hero at Scandia. Clips, did you used to play Guitar Hero?
Yes, but not at Scandia. Y'all, stop bringing up these Scandia stories.
My bad.
No, actually,
Guitar Hero was fire.
I learned how to play Guitar Hero at one of my Caucasian friends' households because he had every game system, and that's where I got introduced.
It's fun.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fun.
What was the hardest one that y'all recall?
It's a good time. It's a good time. So shout out to Activision Blizzard for bringing back Guitar
Hero. I think it's perfect because now, it's not one of those games where you have to constantly come out with one every year. You just got to be able to get rights to songs, and people can download the expansion pack and keep going. So it's a perfect time for them.
Yeah, they might make a killing.
Yeah.
Now is a perfect time because they can connect that directly to DSPs, right? Yeah, because think about it. Think about
I don't know how that works. I don't know how that breaks
Spotify.
out for artists. I don't know how artists going to be paid well off of that, but maybe we'll see.
Well,
we'll see how this.
Look at it this way. No, you can. Let's say for said game, right? Guitar Hero breaks a deal with Spotify, Apple, whatever, blah blah blah. You log in with your account, and then from your account, if they have the correct guitar riffs for whatever, they make it to where you can select songs specifically to. Yeah,
that'd be fly.
Hey, if y'all heard my idea, 10%, please.
Yeah, just a little 10% off of that.
Pod is getting 10% of the money from this idea.
Number 4 on the not list. All right, do y'all believe in Bigfoot? Because that footage, did y'all see the footage of the Bigfoot in Colorado? Do y'all believe in that? Was that real?
Something happening.
Huh?
So something happening. If it ain't Bigfoot, it's somebody. They ain't supposed to be out there like that.
Rell, you don't think that was Bigfoot?
No.
That was, I mean, it was real grainy. I don't know if the person who was recording that phone had a flip phone, but how else do you explain that? How else do you explain the figure that we saw, that big of a figure walking?
Why can't nobody go to that coordinates and search that area for it? Why can't
they were on the train or some kind of moving vehicle like that?
I don't know. I don't believe in mythical figures.
You don't believe in the Loch Ness monster?
Mm-mm.
You don't believe the what's the other one? The Kraken? That you don't believe that there's a squid the size of a ship in some water? I definitely believe that, by the way.
I just believe that we would have discovered these things already. As curious curious.
I was saying not in the ocean. Nah, but you could say anything with the ocean, and I believe it.
Yeah, not with the ocean.
Possibly, I believe with the ocean, maybe, but there's a lot of I mean, who knows if there is one? But like I said, I believe if something that big existed, we at least try to discover it.
On land, yeah.
Why Colorado?
I was just out there.
Why Colorado? Why Colorado?
Because he can get away with being in Colorado. Okay, are you checking for anything in Colorado besides Denver?
Nah, not at all.
I mean, I guess also people be getting high as fuck in Colorado by their own damn business.
Yeah, I was high as hell when I was out there.
He can tell you right now. You was probably fucking with Bigfoot. You didn't even know, Rell.
Yeah, because I was at 2 altitudes when I was out there. So I went to the higher one.
Number 5 on the not list. Reebok named Shaquille O'Neal president of Reebok basketball and Allen Iverson vice president of basketball. Is it just me, or should those roles be reversed? Because I feel like one did more for the brand than the other. No disrespect to Shaq. I love the Shaq Gnosis. I think the Shaq Gnosis is a dope sneaker that honestly doesn't get talked about enough when they talk about 90s basketball sneakers. But we're talking about literally the face of Reebok, the dude who carried the ball for Reebok for his existence.
Yeah, I'll make this
roles be reversed.
I'll make this real.
If we're not going to think about Shaq's business acumen,
that there's nothing to think about. That it's like that being the president and being the face is two different things. You know what I mean? So him being vice president is they're gonna still give him an opportunity to be a face and be a spokesman, and Shaq handles the business side of it and is more in the business incline.
Maybe I'm just more of a bigger fan of AI, but I just feel like Shaq has his own line. Shaq has the Shaqs, and again, the Shaq Gnosis, again, fire sneaker. I be waiting on StockX, waiting for the price to drop where I can just pull the trigger and just feel comfortable pulling the trigger for them, especially the Orlando Magic colorway. But we're talking about Allen freaking Iverson, the face of Reebok.
You talking about president and vice president.
The question is arguably one of the most iconic basketball sneakers of all time. It's in the top 5.
Yes, of course, but you having a conversation of, can he run the company?
No, it's basketball. It's just I don't even know what this could be. One of those, how people get named
a figurehead position.
Yeah.
I mean, being vice president is a figurehead position in anywhere.
Right. I was just checking. I just feel like the role should be reversed a little bit. That was just me. All right, and this one I just saw. This one just hit the wire, so I'm gonna talk about this one because I think this is interesting, and I want to talk this out with you guys. So number 6 on the not list, final not list question. Netflix will open stores where fans can play, shop, and eat. I'm gonna read this because again, this just hit the wire an hour ago. Netflix plans to open new immersive locations created around its original TV shows. Oh, that might be fire. Where fans can shop, eat, and play games. Netflix House represents the company's largest investment to date in the physical fan experience. The fan experience location will have rotating installations ranging from ticketed shows to restaurants to retail shops. Blah blah blah. According to Netflix.
So they're just gonna have continuous Netflix pop-ups.
Apparently, Netflix intends to launch the first 2 venues in the U.S. in 2025, which plans to extend the concept worldwide.
Yeah.
So
I don't think people are checking for that like that.
Announced an hour ago. So off the strength of that, what do you guys think about that?
A little late.
Late for us. I mean, like, you got kids, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yo, you a wild nigga.
The reason why I say it's a little late because are people going to go? Yes, because nostalgia.
Anything Stranger Things, people are going to go. If it's Stranger Things based, people are going to go. Nerds are going to go.
All that, but I'm like at the peak of Netflix. It's like
my question. Y'all immediately thought about the consumer stuff. My mind immediately went to business stuff, where it was like, oh. So this is why y'all raised Netflix prices like $5 a month ago.
I don't feel like we get anything out of it the way that I would get something out of it going to a Comic-Con or a pop-up type of thing. To have an immersive type of thing, I mean, that's great and all, but I don't feel like there are Netflix stands, if you will, who are going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to the Netflix cafe. I mean, it's cool.
What other
idea, but
I guess Wednesday would be another thing that people would fangirl.
But it'd be seasonal.
Fangirl, definitely, like you said, Stranger Things. What else? Give me another Netflix show that people would feel like they would want to immerse themselves into like that. Does anybody else know?
The Witcher might be a good one.
What's one of those cooking shows that people like? Like all the fire Netflix shows that like Orange is the New Black. Y'all gonna do some Orange is the New Black stuff?
That's what I said. It's gonna be a nostalgia thing because you got to go back to when it was at its peak.
House of Cards.
When it was
all the old fire ones.
That's what I was like when Netflix was at its peak.
13 Reasons Why. No, they can't do
this.
This ain't taken
away from Wednesday.
13 Reasons Why is my shit.
Hey Kev, you playing with hot fire right now.
13 Reasons Why. I said on this ride for the long. 13 Reasons Why was my shit, and I stand by that show. I'm glad that show exists. I'm glad that show exists.
I mean, you got
Kevin is a gaslighter,
and people like you. But I don't know. Like, I feel like it's gonna be something that doesn't last too long, but it'll start out strong.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, so. I don't think they need to. I don't think they need to have, I guess, a space that they're building specifically for it. I think the idea of popping up and doing it works. I also think that it works very seasonal. Outside of Halloween, I don't think you really have a need for Wednesday or Stranger Things. Like everything should be strategic based off of a season. It's nothing that needs to live as long as a week. Because I don't think they're gonna see the consumer side as much as they think, but that's just me.
I feel it. All right, so that was that list. Good job, guys. That was not bad at all. All right, so let's get to what we here to talk about.
Shit.
Jesse, you probably have to sit this one out for a little bit because you are the only one who has not listened to this album purposely.
Let me just start. I'll say what I gotta say. Then I'll say.
Set it up.
We are gonna do a quick album review, so I want you to say what you're gonna say. But we are gonna do a quick.
We talking about set it up, Kevin. What are you talking about?
If they know, they know. If they know, if you clicked on this on YouTube, you know what the banner says.
They know.
I'm gonna hit him with that. We're gonna do a quick album review of Drake for All The Dawgs. And then we're gonna talk about the back and forth between Joe Budden and Drake. And then I want to ask the guys a question: has Drake peaked, and if so, when was Drake's peak? And then we're getting to that.
So write that down so we stay on track.
All right. Well, I will just say this. I feel like people like me,
the
biggest Drake fan.
Please say that again so the people in the back can hear you.
This ain't no they got high. Not the biggest Drake fan. are taking a victory lap right now. Taking a victory lap, saying shit like, "Oh, Drake's whack." I've been telling y'all. I want to just no. I want to say this.
Drake's never coming on the pod because he didn't start with Grace.
I never in my life said Drake is whack. I never said that. I never.
Can you tell the audience before? And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cut you. I feel perfectly fine cutting you off because you just here to talk shit. When was the last Drake full album that you listened to?
I listened to the one with the pregnant girls on the cover.
Scorpion? That was the last one?
With the pregnant girls on the cover.
You listened to the whole project?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
I know I didn't listen to the last two albums. I didn't listen to that shit with him, and I listened to some of that.
Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah.
Certified Lover Boy. There we go.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, right here, boy.
Yeah, to answer your question, he sure didn't peak as Certified Lover Boy. He was coming down from that peak. Then it was already coming down.
All right, wait for your victory. Like we'll get to you. We'll get to you dancing on his grave. I know you want to just see walk on the grave, Jesse. It's cool. It's cool like that.
I was gonna say for people like me that not the biggest Drake fan but respect Drake, this ain't the time to take a victory lap. This is just the time to tell you. I told y'all.
Watch out, man. Watch out. Watch out. Anyway, man. Anyway, he been holding on to that for the longest. Anyway, let's do it quick since we didn't get a chance to last week, and we've got a long time to digest the album. This is the reason. This is a good reason why we record on Thursdays. We got to digest the album, listen to it multiple times, and take it in, and not just react. Listen to it on the Friday, and then come in on the Friday or Saturday and just spit bullshit. We've got to sit with this album for a couple of days.
Factual.
Rell, do you want to start off, or do you want me to go? Or we can go back and forth. Clips. I know Clips listen to it multiple times. I know you listen to it multiple times.
Go back and forth.
I don't even want to make this long because I want to make the Joe topic in the peak thing the longest.
All right, let me curate it. How many songs did you like on it, Rell?
That's a good question.
I wrote it down. You want to ask me first? I got it on my notes.
All right. How many tracks are on the album?
23. Well, 23 in total, including 2 interludes. So 21 in total.
21. How many songs you like on there, Rell?
I like 5.
Damn.
Okay, that's less than 50%. That's less than 50%. Why? Why is it only 5? That
you know, I just kind of figured out with this album. Like, I just feel like he's excuse me. I'm just feel like he's making music now for the people who. He's not making it for hip hop heads anymore, even though he proclaims that he's one of the greatest rappers of all time. And like, you know, the 5 tracks I like is BBL Love, even though it's interlude.
It's not a track. It's interlude. Yep. Keep going.
The Picasso song. What's it called? Yeah, I can't think of the name of it, but something Picasso.
Painted Picasso. Yeah.
Painted Picasso. 8 a.m. in Charlotte.
Oh my God.
The one with Tesla Touchdown. It's 7939 Santa or something like that is a good song. And I like I like the track where he talks shit about
Draw Picasso. I'm sorry. I don't want to get killed. It's Draw Picasso. Sorry.
Draw Picasso. And then there's the last track where he talks about the chick who won the Grammy ahead of him.
Polar Opposites.
Polar Opposites. Those are the 5 best tracks that I like. But I just realized
Rell
that he
has
don't care about
violinist
that I
don't like. I don't think she's a violinist.
But I just feel like he's not making music for, like, I mean, like, he's punchline heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm a nigga who can listen to anything. Like I'll give it a shot. Like, you know, Drake is he's a fucking he's not like a lyricist. He's not somebody I would like. You know, so it's different. We're different levels to what you call a good rapper. You know, so I just don't. But overall, for this album, I don't even feel like he's trying to rap on some of these tracks. Like some of these beats, he's just off beat. Like some of these beats don't make sense.
I don't want. I know you flowing. I don't want to cut you off like that. But you don't think Drake's a lyricist?
No, I don't compare him to like a Lupe Fiasco. No.
I would just say, I just think on this album he dumbed himself down, and that's what Joe's point was.
Now on this album, nigga,
I feel like he dumbed himself down.
Since Drake's been rapping, he's never been a lyricist. He's like in a Kanye category.
I feel like he's been PG-13 and a little bit R, and this one is like this can be played with Miss Rachel in Gracie's corner.
I would just say this, and I'll let you go, Kevin. There's two things I noticed from this album. There's two things I noticed from this album that really pissed me off. Like, he talks a lot about, like, he said he's taking a break from rap to focus on his health, and he talked about having these stomach issues. And then the nigga proceeds to talk about popping T3s on every other fucking song, which is a Xanax, you know what I'm saying? So, and so I'm like, okay, as somebody who doesn't understand how the Xanax game works, your stomach gets real fucked up when you do Percocets and Xanax. You're lying that your stomach gets fucked up. That's the first thing that goes when you have an addiction problem. And second off, like, I like Drake's music because I find it really relatable as a young nigga out here living in Las Vegas, single, out here fucking
young toxic
hoes.
nigga. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I am who I am. I'm gonna die this way. Like
you're
like
you got your fucking 25-year-olds too.
Hey, stop it, Kevin.
No,
shut up.
25-year-olds ask for something on the bill. I like 32 and up because they just ask for a good time.
Wait, but they ask you to go traveling? Because nowadays that's all they talk about is, I want somebody to travel with.
But
I tell them to pick up a ball and take 3 steps.
But I'm gonna just say lastly on this, I just think that he's not making music now to like where he cares. Like, what pisses me off, the last thing is that he's pissing me off about Cole. Is Cole keep playing this little acknowledge game where it's like, Cole, I think he's just acknowledging this nigga because he's a good guy. But you don't have to keep lying to this nigga and keep telling him like you and him are looking at each other as the fucking Spider-Man meme, like you said on that song, because it's not the case, Cole. You are literally possibly one of the greatest rappers I ever heard in my fucking life. So you don't have to do that. But I get it. You want to embrace your boy, but he's not even a better rapper than Kendrick. So let's just stop the bullshit.
Not according to the hip hop.
I agree.
Not according to the BET Hip Hop Awards this year.
Man, fuck all that. CBS made a sports list that did not include LeBron James in the top 10 players in the NBA. So if BET fumbles, that is a product of they don't have the right people in management.
No,
so I won't hear that.
That was me being sarcastic like a motherfucker. I'm with you 100%. All right, so Rell said he liked 5 songs. Clips, I'm gonna try to get my shit because I know you want to. I'm gonna let you go.
Now get your shit off, Kev. I'm gonna go after you.
Okay.
I got some notes here.
Did you like, Kev? How many songs did you like?
15 songs.
Before he continues,
that's an album right there, boy.
15 songs. Please, come on, Jesse, get at me. Come on, I see the smile. Go.
Just remember, Kevin is a Nelly fan.
How you gonna put Nelly up against
Nelly? What's wrong with Nelly, dog?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, there's bars to this.
Nelly definitely influenced Drake. You can ask Drake. He's singing
Nelly
on the track.
Had to crawl.
Singing on the
Nelly
track.
Crawled.
Yeah. Talk about it. You mix Nelly with Ja Rule.
I'm a country grammar fan, dog.
Mix Nelly with Ja Rule.
First and foremost, you really need to stop saying that Nelly influenced Drake. Drake said little brother was the one that influenced him.
I'm saying, but the singing on the track.
Nelly don't even make no beats.
Nelly and Ja Rule influenced a lot of niggas to sing on the track. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, they was the first niggas to start doing it.
Nelly and Ja.
Nelly made a fucking country song.
And singing on the track.
Go ahead, Kevin.
All right, so
Jeff might argue that he was singing way before them, but sure.
Jesse just want to all right.
I'm just saying, y'all be
go ahead, Kev, get your shit off.
All right, so standout tracks for me.
That's like a 75%.
Yes.
All right.
I think this album is better than Certified Lover Boy, and me and Rell talked about this. He disagrees, which is fine. I think that I hold this album stronger than Certified Lover Boy. Again, if we're gonna just talk about this broadly, we got pump faked with the title, the name for the Dogs. We just assumed was for us. We was all the lyricists and all the rap heads. We thought we was gonna get an album with just strictly rap. I've told people on this podcast for years that Drake does not just belong to the rap community. He has his rap community, he has the melodic community, he has the little dance hall community. He tries to he does this. He has to does this. And I think so I don't want to so Ice on the Joe Budden podcast, the podcast that he responded to Drake that was on Patreon that a lot of niggas wasn't able to hear because he put it behind the paywall. was talking about this, that since More Life, Drake has done his albums more like a playlist than a more of a cohesion album. And until he said that, I went back and listened to his albums, and literally when I did my notes, I was going through his albums.
More Life was like a playlist to me.
That's what you're saying. Once after More Life was the first one where he just decided to just make his album like a playlist and not have cohesion in his album.
That's stupid.
But Drake is playing the algorithm game. It's been working for him, so whatever it is, what it is. But for me, standout songs. Calling for You featuring 21 Savage. I think that song is hard. I think the little cut in it where they have the girl that I'm guessing he went on the vacation with talking about oxtail, how they eating the same thing in the vacation. It's not going that well. I think that was fire. 21 Savage verse was pretty cool, whatever. Fear of Heights. Fear of Heights is the
21 Savage say pussy on the track.
He says 5 5 5 5 5. Fear of Heights is the Rihanna, is going to be known as the Rihanna ASAP Rocky diss song. And the song's cool. I mean, I don't even think it's super duper as a super standout, but if it wasn't for the Drake controversy, the Joe controversy, I feel like more people would have highlighted him just randomly shooting at Rihanna and ASAP Rocky when they living their lives and minding their business. But I feel like, everything.
People did say something about that.
No, they did, but it would have been more of a topic if the Joe and him back and forth became more of a topic than the Rihanna and ASAP. In my opinion, it was like LeBron saying, "I'm gonna retire after getting swept by the Denver Nuggets." That's what it was to me. That's what it felt like. Daylight probably is probably one of the hardest beats on the album. It has the little Scarface Al Pacino intro in the beginning. Like I said, the beat is hard. It's probably one of the only like rap hip hop songs that's where he's talking and shit that I like. And then that immediately goes into first person shooter. We don't got to talk about that. That was a no contest. That was a no show.
Oh, we gonna talk about that.
About that fucking track is that the nigga said. The nigga stopped the beat to say, go ahead and say it. Nigga, are you rapping on a fucking track with Jermaine Cole?
Look, man.
And that's nigga.
When I first heard
that track, I said, nigga, did this nigga really do this on a track with Jermaine? And I waited years for this shit. And this is I'm like, nigga, you bullshitted, Drake. You didn't even come with you don't even know mafioso gangster shit. Yeah. Nigga, you fuck around on this track.
Like I said,
J. Cole.
All you need to know is his first verse. His highlight of his verse is him sitting down with 4 girls talking about who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? When and Jermaine is literally calling himself the GOAT the whole entire track.
like here's the thing about, and I'm realized like Drake is disillusioned. I'm pretty sure it's the
like nigga. This nigga Jermaine is not your friend right now.
Nigga, you on a track with a fucking this nigga Jermaine is gonna take. You seen we did. Like I told Kevin on the phone. This nigga J. Cole, and I truly believe this. He made Wale change his whole fucking flow.
I don't believe that. Don't do that.
Nigga, Wale won. Nigga, go back and listen to Attention Deficit.
Wale ain't
go back and listen to
the mixtape about nothing. The same since Beautiful Bliss.
Wale not even rapping the same ever since Beautiful Bliss.
He's stupid.
He's stupid.
Nigga, Wale had to start making love songs because he realized that.
Hey, man,
nigga Wale making whole love. The whole last Wale album was a fucking like he's rapping and he's doing this half and half. But I'm telling you, if you listen to how Wale
ain't rapping the same when
on Attention
literally the album About Nothing came out, which is like Wale's best album. In my opinion.
He's singing on half of that shit. He's singing on
half.
More
About Nothing, the mixtape is my favorite.
Which one?
Not even
I said the mixtape More About Nothing is my favorite.
Oh yeah,
I love that
but
shit.
He's rapping
and
different.
on the album, he raps the breakup song. So
listen to the mixtape About Nothing.
I don't believe what he's saying. It's just funny that he says it. I just think just
the nigga J. Cole
Rell said it. I just laughed. He was like, ever since Beautiful Bliss, I was like, Beautiful Bliss was like 09. Nigga, when did Beautiful?
And it's on Attention Deficit
came out.
And Wale never rapped the same. He's never rapped the same.
First and foremost.
What year was Beautiful Bliss? Like 09? 08?
Look at whatever Attention Deficit came out.
He's not rapping the same because he's not doing as much bounce music. It ain't got nothing to do with rapping the same. He came out with
hold on, just let me keep going because we running along. Let me keep going through
it just don't make sense.
Yeah, like I said, it was just funny that he said that. It was funny to me.
It's hilarious.
It was that was one of Jarrell's best. I laughed. I was like, oh my god, that's funny. All right, so after first person shooter, it goes into this bag, which pissed me off. This is the song that if you look right now on your DSPs, it's the most streamed song. And this is how I know that I'm out of touch with music and Drake's fandom. It's the I Don't Give a Fuck song with I don't even know Buddy's name. Yeet. It's the most streamed song. It's the song that I hear Yachty the most. Like I hear Yachty's influence on the album, or KD. Because for whatever reason, Katie's an executive producer on this fucking album.
And he likes Yeet.
So that's the song.
I don't listen.
I don't like that song. But I wrote that song.
Yeet has a cult following.
Yeah, I wrote that song down just to say I don't like that song, and I hear Yachty's influence on that song specifically. That's when I started hearing Yachty shit. Where I was like,
"Which Yachty? ATL Yachty or Detroit Yachty?"
Probably ATL Yachty.
All right. Well.
Verdict's out on that one. So 7969 Santa, we already talked about it. I think that song's flyer. The singing, I think that song's dope. Snoop Dogg's at the end of the track doing the little radio outro on that song was pretty fly. I thought that was dope. Slime You Out, which the single song that came out sounds a lot more better in the album. It flowed. It sounds better in the flow of the album. It's not the best song, but it does sound better in the flow of the album, in my opinion. Tried Your Best is another one of it sounds like a classic Drake song where he's sad about another girl. So whatever. Draw Picasso, Rell talked about it. I think that song's fire. Is probably one of the hardest rap songs on the album if you not count a first person shooter. Members only. We already know when Party and Drake get together, we know what time it is. Party Next Door.
It's Party Next Door.
When they get together, we know.
When they get together,
what would Pluto do?
What would Pluto do?
I'm echoing. Did I hear that?
I'm echoing.
No, I hear you, bro. You good?
I don't know who I'm echoing off.
Of.
You're echoing off of Drake. Y'all both doing it for the dogs.
Okay. I mean, is there echo still?
Yeah.
Is it on me or you?
I'm not sure. All right. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go before I figure out this echo. Go ahead.
Well, I'll go now. America, lean in. Lean in, soda. Fanta. Fantasizing. On the strength of that was not how I expected him to start an album. But I will rapid fire the songs that I liked, and then I'll get into some other things, right? Okay. This is no particular order, but this is the order that came to my mind as I wrote down the songs that I liked. So Calling for You, obviously, I'm a huge Drake and 21 fan, so I like that shit. Gently, I thought that song was good. Obviously, 8 a.m. in Charlotte was the shit. Fear of Heights is going to be what I probably taper off with because other comments I have. Bahama Promises, he was kind of in the bag for that. I actually kind of fucked that song. What would Pluto do? First person shooter, and then All the Parties, because I'm a huge Chief Keef stan, and I'm happy that he put him on that to do that. I gave y'all a question not too long ago in our group chat. So all listeners just know we do have a group chat and we communicate and we and talk about what we're gonna do before we give y'all this beautiful podcast. If J. Cole is Muhammad Ali, does that make Drake Floyd Money Mayweather?
Hell no.
No.
I say that to say there's a lot of underhanded comments.
If you break down Floyd's career, it's very Drake-like.
No, he's more Tyson Fury. Whereas like he ain't got many heavyweights to go against him.
Oh man.
You know?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I only
look
say
at
that
the field. Like they say it's been this 3-headed monster for how long? Kendrick can take time off. Cole is smart enough to take time off. Drake's the only one that's been rapping his whole fucking career. Go ahead.
Is DeAndre is Wilder considered a GOAT?
You had others come up.
Yeah.
Never to the level of Drake and J. Cole or Kendrick. Never to that level.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
I
like,
base it off of who can sell out what. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Clips. Go ahead.
No. I'm saying because I'm utilizing that when we talk about GOATs, right? I don't think Wilder is considered a GOAT.
That part.
But the tiers of boxing has certain type of GOATs, right? Muhammad Ali's type of GOAT matters in boxing. Tyson's type of GOAT matters in boxing. Even Floyd's type of GOAT matter in boxing. So when you break down at least hip hop, you can attach a type of person to said equal. I think, and the reason I say that is because I think with all the controversy that surrounds Floyd as a boxer, and I'm only using the comparison because of J. Cole, a GOAT who hand selected, carved out their own lane to make sure that they were enshrined. No matter how much, if they receive criticism, will whine about how the criticism comes their way. Only really did things a certain way for themselves. And then even when the people were like, hey, give us this, right? When he hit that 50 mark, then he started doing exhibition. It's kind of like when Drake hit views. And then after that, he started dropping albums that were playlists, as Kev has mentioned, right?
Since he did the
you thought about
era,
this. That was not that you thought about this.
Go ahead, my bad. I just want to sprinkle some on that. But
when he asked that question, I said that makes sense.
That was pretty good.
It totally makes sense.
I was gonna do what every nigga do is compare Drake to LeBron, because Drake is just worried about the stats. He's clearly just worried about the stats. He continuously talk about the Michael stat. When he passed the Beatles, he had to make sure to put that in the song. Now that he's one away from Mike,
and that's my point.
Putting it in the song. Like,
well, I just don't feel like he doesn't.
Stat for me.
I just don't feel like he cares anymore. Like I feel like this is a lazy album. Like,
okay, well, before let me, so because we're about to get to the Joe part. So basically, for those who don't know, Drake and Joe Budden had a back and forth. Joe did his album review, which to me was not that critical of the album, but he did say some stuff that made Drake react and send a post to. The highlights of Joe's post was he said Drake doesn't make more hip hop for him anymore. Drake doesn't, Drake is fucking 25-year-olds. His music is young. But he also said, I have enough Drake music in my phone that he doesn't need to do anything anymore, in my opinion. Like, we have enough of Drake. We have enough good Drake that he doesn't need to, whatever he does now is just toppings on the cake. And me and Rell talked about this before. That's why I felt like it's hard for artists of Drake and GOAT, as you said, GOAT status to just stay up with that lane. Like even Hove, what I'm saying? Hove has Kingdom Come. Hove has Blueprint 3. Like there's blemishes in that armor that we don't talk about. But to me, Drake has a lot more blemishes on his armor. But I'm just using Hove as an example. That's why, and again, I told Rell this, we should appreciate what Nas recently did with Hit Boy, because he was already considered a GOAT, one of the greatest of all time. And then, dropped some albums that some people didn't like. And then, to my opinion, when he dropped Life is Good, he was back. Life Was Good is a fucking awesome ass album. I love Life is Good.
Thanks.
And then this run that he did in the last 3 years.
I just want to say, when he dropped Life is Good, the reason why I really like Life is Good and the way Nas is hard music is because he makes it really relatable, because the nigga was going through shit. He was growing up but he was growing up through his music. You can hear it, the song Daughters is on that album. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like even that song Cherry One is on the album. I just said like, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was listening to it today actually, and I just realized that Nas was growing up at that point. He was in that era like, and this is the point where I wanted Drake
love and fell out of love with Khalees too.
Where I wanted his music to grow up too, and not necessarily.
That's what it is. That we're projecting what we want from. I think that's ultimately that's what Drake. That's what Joe's issue is, because we've seen the progression of all of our other artists. We got 444 from Hove. We've gotten Life Is Good from Nas. We've gotten all these progressions from some of our favorite artists, and that's why, in my opinion, I feel like we should take what Nas did with Hit Boy as special. Again, it just ended, but like we should appreciate what that combination of those two did, because it's hard as fuck.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Because you named two albums where Life Is Good is more closer to where Drake is. When Nas dropped that, he's closer to Drake's age, but he's older. And then 444, Jay's nearly 50.
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking about the progression, how long they've been with us.
And we're saying that my question is this: do we want to hear from Drake and what Drake will be talking about?
That's true. That
at that age, because that's my question. Is I asked you that question. I said, "What is the album?"
Yeah,
and I kind of take it back. Like Views is most likely that album, but maybe it was it Scorpion? Scorpion was his attempt to solidify himself as the greatest ever doing it, and then it got nuked.
We gotta appreciate it got nuked because of him and Kanye thing. It
got nuked because of controversy.
What was going to happen with Scorpion?
Because he was building that album up, and it was much anticipation for that album.
There's some shit.
I don't think it was a good. I don't think it was a good
album. You go back and listen to Scorpion. I listened to Scorpion today.
Scorpion got some shit. Yeah,
some Scorpion got some shit.
After Dark is on Scorpion. After Dark is on Scorpion.
Once again, I'm not the biggest Drake fan, so okay. As a person who's not the biggest Drake fan, it's kind of interesting on certain things y'all say, because it's kind of stuff I've been saying throughout his entire career. So what's the change now? Is the change now that y'all are older? That y'all are
no, because I think this is his worst album.
Ooh. This is worse, and that's not worse than Dark.
I could box that. I could definitely box that in there for sure. But I think though, when we go back to when we talk about premier GOATs and longevity and sustainability as far as what they do, right? He oftentimes chants that he's a certain type of GOAT, right? He, in the fucking album, he talked about he's a god tier lyricist, right? He has made some presumptuous type of decisions. Remember, for years, Eminem and Nas have been killed for production. Drake, I don't think that he often looks at production because he's been rocking with 40 forever, and he can do no wrong because he pushes the needle on sound.
I want you to keep rocking, but I feel like 40, this is the least I've heard 40 on an album in my Drake.
No, and I feel
I'm just Yachty is a component of that. I feel like whatever Yachty, the days where Yachty, I feel like this is like 30-40% Yachty on this album. I'm sorry.
Factual. No. I hear what you're saying. I also
both.
Executive.
Yeah.
But I also challenge that, where all of those things combine, at least currently, to say that his creative ceiling has not really been high. That's why it's easy for him to make playlist sounding albums, because if you're asking for him to make
because the content is the
there's
same.
No formidable hip hop album.
It's girls, and I got more money than you now. It's the same content. I mean, again, I got more money than you now is a staple in all hip hop. So like that's talk your shit. That's.
But you can flex differently. Yes. He's not, and it does. I don't think the age range matters as far as who he's reaching, because I don't think that's a testament to that. I just think that his ceiling, because of all of the trials and tribulations he's gone through with people that he's trusted and he no longer has trust for, and all these things, and he's trying to prove and be chip on his shoulder, that because his ceiling is so crazy, that's where the paranoia is coming in. I made this statement earlier to you, Kev, before we got on the pod. It's just he is like Kanye, an immature goat, a person who has allowed themselves to be so paranoid by criticism that their talent level and expectations from us as fans has depleted.
I was telling somebody literally, and then we're running out of time, but I wanted to touch on the Joe thing a little bit.
Facts.
I think him lashing out and saying what he said to Joe was one of those things where it was frustration for the album, because he already saw some of the critics and people not feeling it, how he felt like he how it was going to be received. And it was a dude at the lunch table. It was like, me and this dude Joe has history. Me and him talk back and forth constantly. He clearly
isn't even just Joe. Respects, he went at Charlemagne. He respects.
Yeah, that's true too. He respects, because again, we've talked about in this pod plenty of times that Joe Budden is the Howard Stern of hip hop. Again, his voice, for better or for worse,
Joe Budden.
Isn't Charlemagne the Howard Stern of hip hop?
Yeah, because Howard Stern is a fucking bigot. And fuck Howard
That's
Stern.
True. But
Joe Budden is the nigga who actually knows hip.
He knows music.
He's the first of himself.
I'm saying,
because he.
I don't want to say the Joe Rogan because he's a bigot too, but I want to say he's the Barbara Walters. Here he goes. He's the Barbara Walters of hip hop. There you go. I don't know if you want to compare women, and he's the Barbara Walters of hip hop.
That's not really a great comparison.
That's not a great comparison.
That's
crazy. Rest in peace, Barbara Walters.
But you're saying he's the Oprah. He's the guy. You know,
his opinion carries weight and people care.
Yeah.
And I just feel like when Joe said what he said, he felt attacked, and he just lashed out on. Again, we saw what he did. He lashed out on Charlemagne a couple weeks ago. But Charlemagne, to me, him and Charlemagne, whatever thing they got is personal, because I feel like Charlemagne's been hammering Drake for years since he came out.
But he's stopped for a while.
He stopped for a while.
It's just, that's the funny thing about it, where it's like he's bringing up stuff where it's like, well, these guys have just been jealous of me for so long, and it's like, wait, these guys haven't said a bad thing about you for years.
Especially Joe. Joe. Joe says nothing but positive shit about Drake constantly.
And look what they're saying. They're not saying, like, Joe went a little personal. You could say he went a little personal, but Charlemagne simply said, it's interesting that nobody's like, and then
talking about this song.
Nobody's talking about this.
Nobody's talking about Slime for You. Yeah, that's true.
And the thing is, and then he's like, but it went number one. But it's like, that's the argument people are going at now. This is this algorithm.
It's the numbers.
But it's no.
And that's why I said I feel like Drake's response was weak. I mean, Drake has some funny shit in that response to Joe. Don't get me wrong.
No, I mean, he talked.
Some of the shit was funny. Some of
the shit was
here's my thing. Drake, he played him.
You can't do shit like that when receipts exist of you kissing the nigga top.
But
I literally said on the Elliot on the Rap Radar podcast that I used to rap like Joe, like back when I was
you can't
like it's literally documented that you took some of Joe's sauce.
But these things are years ago, so I can understand.
The Rap Radar interview was like 7 years old.
No, that was like 3 years ago. Less than 3 years ago. That was during the COVID
it's
time.
like 5 years old.
Definitely not.
It was during the COVID time. I remember.
That's true. So it's like 5 years old.
Yeah,
It's like 5 years old.
But so that's just recently where he just popped the nigga top, and then you want to turn around and say, that it's 500 niggas show up in an EJ jeans where you literally said
that was funny. That was funny.
But it's like, but here's the thing though, like you want the rap respect that Joe Budden has right now, because Drake, once you start rapping, niggas gonna kind of look at your career with a side eye and kind of just, like nobody's gonna really have the same opinion. Like we value Joe Budden. If you know rapping, you've been listening to mood music, and okay, yeah, we joke around, pump it up. But like Joe Budden got some shit. Like I said, to be honest, completely honest, I didn't value Joe Budden until the fucking Slaughterhouse, and then I had to go back before music.
Yeah. I will tell you this. I'll tell you this. The reason why Joe Budden would never reach the level of Drake, fine, whatever. But the reason why Joe didn't have such
reach
a
wait, Jesse, hold on.
Finish.
Hold on. See, because I don't want you to get to that next point, because that next point is challenging. If Drake can call Joe a failure, isn't 90% of the rap game failures?
Okay, so the point I'm making is, when I say that, that's why I rolled my eyes at that statement, because it's like, Drake, yes, you figured out a formula that nobody else has figured out, or at least reached levels because of this formula that very few top artists, and they get there. But it's like one of those things to say that Joe's a failure. Let's really be honest. A lot of the reason why Joe didn't have like this super successful career is not because Joe's ability. It's really because Joe the person.
Yeah, that part.
There's a lot of times where a lot of people are like, they have sour relationships.
He was his own barrier.
He leaves people with sour relationships. Look at his podcast. Like he broke up he leaves people with sour relationships. He turns on a dime.
Not the easiest to work with. Yeah.
He's not an easy person to work with. So even that whole Slaughterhouse thing, which was about to become humongous once they signed the Shady Aftermath, he was done after the first album, and it was because he wasn't he was being Joe. So, and he'd tell you that, and that ruined a lot with Slaughterhouse. So it's like, and that whole push. But the thing about that is to say that that's what I was saying, to say that he didn't, it's not because
everybody else's failures.
Big failure. He's like, no, it's because he did, and look, a lot of people will look at that, well, that's part of the game. Yeah, that's part of the game to have, to actually have respect and actually, build relationships instead of break relationships. And if he wasn't willing to do that, it is. But there's a reason why Joe is a top podcaster. There's a reason why Joe, everything he does is actually successful. He just doesn't stick with it for long.
That's the thing too, where it's like, again, I wanted. We don't have much time. We don't have time left to talk about. I was gonna do the whole breakdown of of his whole paragraph, but it's just, again, the failure thing stuck with me too.
I want to ask y'all another question, because you've told me on the phone, and Rell saying that, when did y'all because you guys are saying things like, oh, he's no longer he's not making rap albums, or he's been said that for years that he's not doing that no more, where it's like, I'm not just a rapper. But
here's my problem with that, is that the nigga said this, bringing the old Drake back. Then when he's talking about you're gonna get old Drake, and I don't know if he was joking. I don't know, he meant like
not to mention Yachty pumping up. We were talking about this, Yachty gassing up
that verse,
a verse on this album where it was like, there's a top 5 Drake verse on this album. I'm gonna tell you what, Yachty, straight to the camera. It don't exist. It don't exist on this album, Yachty. The top 5 Drake verse
tells me there's a top 5.
It don't exist on this album.
I'm supposed to believe Yachty. I'm supposed to believe Yachty.
It's not here, Yachty. It's not here.
Let's really get into this, because now I'm gonna do my victory lap. I told you motherfuckers that Drake can't be on a track with J. Cole. I told you motherfuckers. Everybody that would listen to me.
Hey man, in the morning it slaps. Don't do that. In the morning is a song. It's a great song. Don't do that. In the morning is my shit.
Be on there with him, because in the morning they were like, J. Cole, you gotta take it easy. He'll literally tell you. They told him they literally told J. Cole, you can't go hard on every track. And so he does it in the song in the morning for who to flip and for who to shine. It's a song.
Well, yeah, you can't rap in that attacking method on every track. He has
but now he did. And
that's the features work though. You can't, come on, you sliding on features, bro. If you on my shit, I can't let you kill me.
And what about what about Jodeci freestyle? What about Jodeci freestyle?
Ish.
It was mid.
But wait, I know we about to end.
Yeah.
And the people in the chat can probably put stuff. And people chat, everybody, this is for you. Does this Drake album equal in comparison to the Kendrick's album criticism? Because I think that needs to be addressed, because Kendrick was also getting thrown through the ringer for making a mature adult album, where people are also trying to say that Drake is is using this album as a therapy type of album, the way Kendrick was.
The content is still the same. So
yeah, the content's been the same. I would just say this is
like you could mix the tracks from Her Loss in this album. I mean, to be honest with you, Her Loss, I like Her Loss. You know, Her Loss is good. Like, I mean, like I don't know.
It's good as a fifth. I would say this, and in closing, and we'll close on this. Drake, I would speak for myself. Thank you for this project. I appreciate it. There's some slaps on here that I will take and add to my playlist. You should also thank J. Cole wherever he's at. Call him right now. Call Jermaine. Tell him thank you.
Jermaine,
hopefully for giving me a song that I'm gonna do well.
Hopefully, and I told Rell this. Hopefully, this was a home and home to where we hear Drake on the fall off, which whenever the fall off drops, and he redeems himself.
Oh wait! You gotta ask the question. Have you ever heard a track? And I
forgot about that.
A genuine question. Have you heard?
When was the last time y'all heard Drake? J. Cole get what was the word I used?
Blamed. Washed.
When's the last time Cole's been flamed on? He got washed. When's the last time Cole's been washed on the track? Jesse has one, huh?
Benny the Butcher.
That's not. He didn't get washed on that track. No, he didn't get washed on that track.
I don't want to even listen to this, man.
You also said my all my life, which is cap because Dirk said himself that Cole washed him on that track.
It might, but the Pablo boat with him and Royce.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, J. Cole came. Oh. See, this is my question. Washed. He said washed. J. Cole get washed on the track?
He's never got washed on the track in my opinion.
I
think there's one. What was the song that I said that he got washed on? What was the song that I said he got washed on?
Got him a couple of times. Night Job, Boss got him.
No, get the fuck out of here, Boss did not get him on Night Job.
Yeah, and
washed.
The baby got him on fucking the first track on the fucking Dreamville album. Kiss My Ass. The baby got the.
Oh, that's what I was. See, that's the song I said. That's the one I said. What's the name of the song? Nothing New Under the Sun. Under the Sun. That was cute. That was the only one where, in my opinion, where he got washed is Under the Sun. And the baby smashed. The baby went. That's the baby's hardest verse. Period. Point blank. Point me to anybody in the comments. Point me to another the baby verse. Point me to another hard.
I fuck with that.
Here it proves my point. Every time you on the song with Cole, niggas start rapping different.
Bring your A game.
Baby ain't rap the same.
Bring your A game.
Baby ain't rap the same since then.
What did Wayne say? What did Wayne say on Bugatti remix? You get hit with that Wayne train.
Niggas tell their lyrical vocal cords. J. Cole. Niggas tell their lyrical vocal cords. Wale tore his. He was never the same.
I don't know what you're even talking about when you do stuff.
Jesse,
all right, man,
if you listen to Attention Deficit and before that,
we're out of here. We're out of here.
Different.
Because Wale was doing bounce music back then. His whole
please. You can tell the passion. You can tell by the passion of this conversation. We need to get to our other topics. Thank you guys for listening to the pod. We love talking about this topic.
Deficit, he wasn't doing as much bounce.
We love talking about this topic so much. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. It helps the pod grow. If you're watching us on YouTube, please sub up. Like the video.
Hey, did y'all see Jada went off to smoke?
Yeah, I saw that.
Jada went off to smoke?
Yeah, she went off to smoke.
All right, so I know what we're going to talk about next pod. Next pod.
Tupac again.
We already know.
Talking about Tupac.
I know what we're going to talk about on next pod, so get ready for that. Jada on all smoke. I already know.
I'm fucking dying, bro.
You can talk about it. I ain't talking about none of that no more.
So
one clip that I heard Tupac say, but I was like,
Jesse,
this nigga never had
Rell, we're those millennials, and we're out.